Gaffer, at the end of match day out here in Spain, it was a decent run out, wasn't it? What were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, really good run out. Tough conditions, roasting hot, especially in the first half. It's cooled down a little bit now. So physically the lads will have gained a lot from that because it's hard work. The distances again that they covered in the first period in this heat, that's going to stand them in good stead. So good run out for us. We got to work on a few things as well. A few patterns of play that we've done this week. And on the training pitches, and just to go and experiment with it and try and do it up against live opposition is better than doing it against mannequins or your own team. So yeah, it was a good night.
Yeah, I suppose that's a key point, really, isn't it? Things you've been working on this week put into match practice.
Yeah, because as I say, you can't really replicate the realism in the training. So the team who you're talking to, they know what you're going to do. So if you're working on a certain pattern of play or a certain pressing trigger, then the opposition know what you're doing, so it's easy or to stop or it's easy to get out. So when you're playing against a team who don't know what you're doing, you're trying to cause them a few problems. It's more realistic. The level of the opposition that we played today wasn't fantastic, but it allowed us to have all the ball in the game, and yeah, we got some good practice in and we scored a few goals, so it was all good.
Yeah, I heard you actually, I think it was the first water break, speaking of the heat, say this is a good chance, boys, to work on what we've been doing and put it into exactly like you said, match practice, and just maybe iron out a few things that you had been doing against, as you say, live opposition.
Yeah, and in the first water break, we just said to the lads, I think we had a few goals ahead, and we just said, look, don't get sloppy and don't worry about the opposition. This is just a chance for us to practice. So move the ball quickly. Don't treat it as though we're playing Swansea on Tuesday. Don't take liberties because it wasn't the toughest of games. Just pass the ball properly and try and replicate what we've been doing in training, and we did that perfectly. It wasn't fluid 100%, wasn't perfect how we'd want it, but we're getting better. It was a better performance than it was against Parkway. Slightly better pitch than it was against Parkway. So the ball moved a bit faster and it was good.
Slightly hotter than it was against Parkway as well. I mean, I was sweating sat watching, let alone playing. I mean, that looked tough.
Yeah, it did look tough. Usually I think sweated about 2 gallons of water out of him as well, just sitting on the bench. The big bear is soaked, but yeah, it was that's part and parcel of coming away on one of these trips. You know that you're training in the heat. Your demands on your body is higher, so it's good practice for the players. Now they've just got to recover properly, get some water back in, which is Elliot and Nick's department, to make sure that they rehydrate and get themselves ready to go again for training tomorrow and then another game next week. I
know you said you were happy with parts of what you saw today and been working on a few different things. Are you feeling the lads are kind of getting to grips with what you're telling them at this early stage still? Yeah, I think so. I think the 2 new boys in particular we played in the first half today were great, and just the more time that we get with them, the easier it is for them to understand what we're all about. We've explained and we've spoken to them why when we wanted to bring them here. This is how we're going to play. This is what we see you doing in our team. So that's why they chose to come here. But then doing it in real life is different, and they're getting better. As I say, it's not perfect yet. It never is perfect, but we're getting to a level that where we want to get to at this stage. We've had 2 full weeks of training now, 2 games, and the games now will improve in the quality of what we're playing against, so we're going to have to do some defending. We won't have it all our own way with the ball, so the next couple of weeks will be the focus onto that, and yet we're just gearing towards the big kick-off. One day left of this trip away. How happy are you with how it's gone? Really good. I think it's been a brilliant trip so far. I think the standard of the pitches that we've trained on every day, it's really made it, and the hotel that we're in and all the facilities that we've got in the gym is just, it's different class. It's better than what we've got at home, so the lads have really enjoyed that aspect of the training. We've got out of it what we needed to. We've had some good meetings, we've had players spending some good time with each other, and tomorrow we'll do a cool down and have a bit of a bonding day tomorrow afternoon. So as pre-season trips go, so far it's gone great. Just got to finish it off now and then get home and get back to work. I think they deserve a day like tomorrow, I think, after the work they've been put through this week. Not half, definitely, and I can't fault the players. Like, I've been on trips when you come away from abroad, and it's a slog. You're doing 3 sessions a day. It's hard work, and if it's not enjoyable, your head can drop and you feel as though, oh God, this is never going to end. But us as the coaching staff have tried to put sessions on that the players will get a benefit from, and their attitude to training has been different class. So credit to them. They're a great group. We knew we had a great group last year anyway. The 2 new lads that we've brought in that are with us so far have settled in perfectly,
and yeah, it's all going good.